I could drink 25 pints of beer and still beat Francis Ngannou in a fight.
Oh, he catches him off guard! Francis Ngannou has just...
Black power. Black African power. You go run tell that. You go run tell that.
It's that black African power. It's that black African power. It's that black African power. It's that black...
Africans are pouring in from everywhere. Africans are pouring in from everywhere.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I give everyone and their grandmothers enough time to grieve and mourn the demise or the sorrowful passing and the sorrowful disgrace and the sorrowful letdown and the disgraceful showing that we experienced on Friday night when Tyson Fury, in his quest to defend boxing, ended up doing more damage than we can probably, even know. The person I actually pity in the midst of all this is Alexander Usyk. Because now, if he beats Tyson Fury, it doesn't even mean as much, since Francis Ngannou, an MMA fighter, can come all the way from never having fought in any boxing match in his entire life to arguably beating Tyson Fury. I won't even want to be Lennox Lewis in this moment, who has gone online, defending and constantly saying that Tyson won and it was a close fight and Tyson somehow edged the fight ahead of Ngannou. This shouldn't even be a conversation. The conversation you should be having is, Tyson Fury put him out in the 6th round or in the 5th round. Okay, because normally in MMA, you fight 5-minute rounds 5 times, right? 5 rounds for 5 minutes, that's 25 minutes. But in boxing, you fight 3-minute rounds for 12 rounds, right? So that's 36 minutes. So everybody did not think that Francis Ngannou had the gas tank. But it turned out that he did. He did. He put Tyson Fury on his ass, and even in the 8th round, when everybody thought, this guy might actually be gassing out, he was still the one forcing the action, throwing the punches, not allowing Tyson Fury to bully him with his size. I mean, this was one of those moments in life where you realize that things really are not the way you think they are. Tyson Fury surviving Deontay Wilder, putting Deontay Wilder out the way he did. The only argument we had coming into this fight was that Francis Ngannou had power. But then, because he was a wild swinger, we really did not see him catching Tyson Fury anything, meaningful. But the Francis Ngannou we saw in this fight was a man that threw every punch with, accurate precision and intention. He wasn't just swinging wildly. He was throwing every punch as if, he had a template to follow. I don't know what Tyson, Mike Tyson and his coach did in the training gym with Ngannou, but we saw this man, everything he threw was accurate. He wasn't just swinging and hoping it landed. He closed the distance beautifully. He did not allow Tyson to jab his head off. He always made sure that whenever he wanted to throw a punch, he was always within touching distance of Fury. He put himself on the inside, not allowing Fury to use his jab to throw him off his own game. This is something we never saw Deontay Wilder do throughout his entire, trilogy with Tyson Fury. All Deontay Wilder was doing was, shifting backwards and hoping to land his right hand. But what we saw, Francis Ngannou do in this fight, like I said, this was a moment of, clarity for a lot of boxing fans, especially for those who have always been of the opinion that boxing is rigged. The judges did not do did not do that conversation any justice by further even rigging it even more. If not for anything at all, even if you argue that Tyson Fury won but it was a close fight, the fact that the fight was close enough for anybody to even make it arguable means that Tyson Fury lost. Because if Tyson Fury goes into the cage with Francis Ngannou, you and I know that Tyson Fury is not going to make it past the 2nd minute, if he even survived the first 50 seconds. So for Francis Ngannou to come into a boxing ring and even put Tyson Fury down on the canvas. Tyson Fury never had Ngannou in any type of trouble. He never had him wobbling. He never had him staggering all over the place. He never had him missing wildly. He never had him looking weird. Even Jake Paul beat, MMA fighters in a more convincing fashion. He knocked Tyron Woodley out cold. He sat Nick Diaz on his ass. Something Tyson Fury couldn't do in 10 rounds of fighting against a UFC fighter or against an MMA fighter. And then he kept avoiding eye contact when Usyk came into the ring because he knew that he did not put on a performance for the ages. He knew that he let boxing down in this moment. He knew that this was not, that moment where he start talking and, bragging, because everybody knows. On social media, John Fury, his father, has gone completely cold and silent. Because in their camp, they all know this, that the entire world knows that that fight was rigged. Again, like I say, you can show me the CompuBox stats as far as you want to, as long as you want to, but it would not change the fact that an MMA fighter came into a boxing ring against the world's heavyweight champion, the biggest man in boxing, the world's heavyweight champion, a person who is supposed to be beating every man that is alive as long as they step into the boxing ring, and the MMA fighter arguably won. I mean, this just looks bad on boxing. It looks bad. I mean, Francis was so comfortable. The Superman punch was it for me. LeBron James says that's exactly why I don't watch boxing. Joey Embiid, all the celebrities and all the big names commenting on how the fight was rigged. Anthony Yarde himself said that Francis Ngannou just beat Tyson Fury. And then the boxing guys are coming out to give all these excuses. Anthony Bellew talking about Tyson Tyson had yes men in his camp and all those stuff. Man, boxing, those that have been following me on this channel, my opinion. All those Gervonta Tank Davis fights, especially against Isaac Cruz, where the judges were biased and all that. Same thing here. Boxing is once again in the doldrums. Boxing is once again called into question. Boxing is once again, under the spotlight for the wrong reasons. Tyson Fury with a black eye after fighting an MMA fighter in his first boxing match. How hilarious. How funny. This is just a joke of a sport. It calls into question even the legendary status of all the fighters we've ever seen. The Muhammad Alis, the Floyd Mayweathers, the George Foremans, the Joe Fraziers, the Mike Tysons. It calls into question their legacies because it means that, something fishy has been going on in boxing forever. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe.